As Dean of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 2021 commencement ceremony. Today's celebration is reflective of the extraordinary year we have had at SMTD and, of course, honors the remarkable class of 2021. Graduates, we are so incredibly proud of you. You met the challenges of learning and performing during the pandemic head-on and did so with grit and ingenuity. You found new ways to develop your artistry and collaborate on projects. You developed skills in video and audio production, mastered virtual platforms, tools, and working methods, and yes, spent way too many hours on Zoom. And you continued to connect with audiences. I, along with so many others, have been energized and inspired by the concerts, recitals, and productions you have presented virtually this year. Throughout your time at SMTD, and especially in your last year, I have enjoyed watching you become stronger, more versatile, and compelling performing artists and scholars. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us. You are ready for the next phase of your lives, to lead, to be heard, to make your mark. To the friends and families cheering on the graduates with us today, I want to say thank you to you as well. Your support and encouragement has made the high achievement we celebrate today possible. And now, I am pleased to turn the celebration over to Jason Corey, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, to begin our acknowledgments of the 2021 Commencement Award recipients.
Thank you, Dean Gear. Congratulations to the class of 2021. As Dean Gear said, I am Jason Corey, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, and I'm pleased to begin the acknowledgments of our student winners with the introduction of the Earl V. Moore Award recipients. Presented annually, the Earl V. Moore Awards are given to the top graduates in music, theater, and dance. The 5 awards are named for Earl Vincent Moore, who came to what was then the University of Michigan School of Music as a freshman in 1908, joined our faculty in 1912, and then served as director and then as our first dean from 1923 until 1960. There are 5 more award recipients each year, 2 in music and 1 each in dance, musical theater, and theater. Each winner is invited to share their talents at commencement, making our SMTD ceremony an annual highlight. This year is no different. Each Moore Award recipient has recorded a special video performance or presentation that showcases their artistry and the culmination of their studies at SMTD.
My name is Timothy McAllister, professor of saxophone in the Department of Winds and Percussion. I'm so pleased to announce that Walt Prier, graduating master's student in saxophone performance, has been named an Earl V. Moore Award recipient for 2021. Having received this award myself upon completion of my graduate studies in the SMTD, I am thrilled to see this award go to such a hard-working and dedicated artist like Walt. Alongside his colleagues Salvador Flores, Matthew Kester, and Brian Katcher, he has helped guide his saxophone quartet, the Arrow Quartet, through numerous performances and major competition wins this season. And earlier this year, Walt received first prize in the prestigious Van Doren Emerging Artists Competition. Congratulations to Walt on receiving the Earl V. Moore Award. I am pleased to introduce his performance of Street Legal by SMTD faculty member Roshan Edizadeh, presented here alongside Dr. Liz Ames on piano. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Professor Christiane Myers. I am pleased to announce that Marty Flake has been named an Earl V. Moore Award recipient for 2021. Marty has proven herself a superlative citizen of the Department of Theater and Drama and a true backstage Renaissance collaborator. She is a painter, a welder, and a tie-dyer, and many other things as well. She has invested herself robustly into a full range of design and production endeavors, finding her artistic voice in sound design under the mentorship of Henry Reynolds. Marty continues to build her skills, clearly having fun while doing it. In the classroom, faculty have welcomed her insightful contributions, thoughtful feedback, and creativity. Within the design and production area, Marty has always modeled a warm professionalism, resilience, and a great sense of humor. Congratulations to Marty on receiving the Earl V. Moore Award. I'm so excited to introduce your award and introduce the following video showcasing your work.
Hello, I'm Marty, and I am so honored to receive this award. First, I would like to thank the wonderful faculty, staff, and students in the Department of Theater and Drama and University Productions, as well as my family, especially my parents, for their unwavering support. As humans, we have 5 senses. While we might not always taste or smell something, we are always hearing and listening to the world around us. I love sound design because it allows me to make people feel and think and experience theater in a totally different way. Theater is a very visually engaging art form. The lights, costumes, scenic elements, and acting all draw the viewer in visually, but so much history, context, and tone can be put into the audience's perception without them even realizing it through sound design. One of the most important things I've learned from my time at the university is the responsibility I have as a designer to create the most authentic works possible, especially for culturally rich performances. This past fall, I was the sound designer for a production of A Beautiful Country, written by Che Yu and directed by Matthew Ozawa, a show which dives into 150 years of Asian American history. For one scene in particular, the script called for percussive bamboo music, as well as ocean sounds. Through many hours of research, I found a traditional performance of the Filipino tongatong, a percussive bamboo instrument to layer with several other sound files, including 4 separate ocean sounds, to create this finished product, which is intended to emphasize the perilous and deadly crossing Asian immigrants and refugees experienced in their pursuit of safety. These clips show the finished scenes, as well as what the audio looked like as I was creating it.
My name is Christopher Harding, and I am Chair of Piano and Professor of Piano Performance and Chamber Music. And it is my great pleasure to announce that Xiaoya Liu has been named an Earl V. Moore Graduation Award recipient for 2021. Xiaoya represents the height of what we're looking for in our students at Michigan. She's a superb pianist and a profound artist and has represented us well on the world stage over many years. She won the grand prize in the inaugural Sicily International Piano Competition in 2019. She has many silver awards to her credit from competitions all across the world. And she's won many concerto competitions here in the United States, which have led to performances all around the country, including with our own Ann Arbor Symphony, the Fort Worth Symphony in Texas, and an unforgettable performance of the Prokofiev Third Piano Concerto with our University Symphony Orchestra here at Michigan under the direction of Maestro Kenneth Kiesler. We will miss Xiaoya very, very much, but we wish her every success and happiness as she heads into a bright future after her graduation. For her award performance, she has chosen a piece by Franz Liszt, the Valse oubliée No. 1.
Hello, I am Professor Amy Shavas, and I am pleased to announce that Courtney Ziegelmeyer has been named the Earl V. Moore Award recipient for 2021. As she's pursued a BFA in dance and a BS in movement science, Courtney has demonstrated an enormous capacity for creative growth and intellectual discovery, integrating her two passions for dance and science. With a sparkling sense of humor, an explosive ferocity as a mover, and a compelling and charismatic presence on stage, Courtney has been a beloved and shining member of our dance community for the past 4 years. I can't think about Courtney without smiling. I have full confidence in her ability to represent the School of Music, Theater, and Dance as an artist, as an active and engaged citizen, and as a contributor to her field. Congratulations to Courtney on receiving the Earl V. Moore Award. I am thrilled and honored to introduce Courtney's award performance.
Adios, adios, adios to your afternoon. 'Cause tonight I'll be forever following the Colosseum moon into a certain room. Adios, adios. I'm sorry for quickly jumping into the train. I waited, but no one came. You were just too late. That decision is mine. That decision is mine. So let the lesson be mine. Let the lesson be mine. That decision is mine. That decision is mine. 'Cause the vision is mine. The vision is mine. Adios. Yes, goodbye. Adios. Adios to the little child in me who kept on blaming everyone else instead of facing his own defeat in Edmonton. After all, I should have no regret, for if it wasn't for my mistakes I made yesterday, where would I be by now? That decision was mine. That decision was mine. So let the lesson be mine. Let the lesson be mine. That decision was hard. That decision was hard. But the vision is mine. That vision is mine. Taking my bags and I'm going down Silver Street, taking the train. I know very well angels, they come and go. Last time I met an angel, but then she left. And I don't know things about angels anyway. Sometimes you think that you know more than you know, but you actually don't understand. Anyways, when they come to me, they sing to me so beautifully. I can record their melodies. It goes, excuse me to take your time, but it goes something like this. Let the tree cease breathing. Let the bee cease breathing. And all the salts in the Dead Sea ferments to honey. Until then, I'll be forever chasing, chasing, chasing it all to the very end. That decision is mine, let the lesson be mine, 'cause the vision is mine. The decision is mine, let the lesson be mine, 'cause the vision is mine.
Hello, I'm Professor Ann Evans-Watson, and I'm pleased to share with you that Caroline Glazier has been named an Earl V. Moore Award recipient for 2021. Caroline and I have been on a journey together for the last 4 years as I've taught her voice and voice pedagogy, and she's modeled patience and perseverance for me. And frankly, anyone who trudges through a couple of feet of snow a half mile from Walgreen to Stearns for a voice lesson and is still smiling and singing like a lark when she arrives is as committed as they come. These qualities have held her, along with her talent and soul, in high regard among both faculty and students. She's graced the stages in our musical theater productions, from the coloratura ensemble of Sweeney Todd to the belting Sally in Muscat's Cabaret. She played Mary Magdalene in The Last Days of Judas Iscariot and Emmy Enns in As You Like It. Godspell is her last parable here at the University of Michigan, which airs this month. Congratulations to Caroline on receiving the Earl V. Moore Award. I'm honored to introduce her performance of Say the Word from the unauthorized autobiography of Samantha Brown by Kerrigan and Loudermilk.
Sometimes when I look at you, I don't know why you wait. Schoolgirl in a little world who learns everything late. I've always had all the answers, now I don't have a clue. Some nights when the clouds are thick and the wind starts to blow, I stare out the window wondering where I will go. I turn the light out, under the covers all I think of is you. Just you. Say the word, and I just might listen. Say the word, and you might get your way. Loving you should be easier, but say the word, and I might have to stay. Meanwhile, there's so many things that I don't understand. I don't know why I tremble when you reach for my hand. I didn't know how to love until you swept me away. So say the word, and I just might listen. Say the word, and you might get your way. Loving you should be easier, but say the word, and I might have to stay. I wanna love, I wanna ride, I wanna be the girl there by your side. Just tell me when, just tell me how, tell me I'm ready now. Today, say the word, and I just might listen. Say the word, and you might get your way. Loving you should be easier, but say the word, and I might have to stay.
Hello, my name is Daniel Washington, and I am a professor of music in the Department of Voice. It is my immense pleasure to introduce the 2021 School of Music, Theater, and Dance student commencement speaker, Maitri White. It has been my privilege to be her voice teacher during her time at the school. She has a beautiful soprano voice, is intelligent, and always works diligently to improve and hone her talent. She is the kind of very special University of Michigan student that lives to excel and make a difference. Maitri has always recognized that the arts and social justice are intertwined. She believes that to create a sustainable, fulfilling life as an artist, one must cultivate a community as well as a career. During her time at Michigan, she served as the executive director of Student Outreach Arts Recruitment, or Project SOAR. This organization drafted and executed arts curriculum, raised funds, and established relationships with partner organizations in Detroit and Ypsilanti to encourage high school students to continue their arts education. She also had the opportunity to produce and perform several recitals centering on composers of the African diaspora. She is hardworking, personable, responsible, supportive, and well-liked by all who know her. She has a warm heart and is always willing to help others. Her sense of self enables her to handle difficult situations with ease with professors and peers alike. She is a fine person of high character and has definitely contributed positively to the social fabric of the SMTD and the university as a whole during her time here. She is an amazing young woman with limitless potential. We are all better for having known her. Congratulations to Maitri on being chosen to represent the class of 2021 as its student speaker. I am thrilled to introduce you.
Good afternoon, SMTD community. Thank you all for joining us today. I, like many others, have had to take the last year one day at a time, sometimes in even smaller increments. So graduation did not even begin to feel real until about a week before the winter semester began. But there was one snowy day over winter break. I was watching the movie It's Complicated, which has a really cute college graduation scene, and suddenly I was overcome with emotion because that's not how graduation was going to look. And after a year of so much grief and loss, I didn't think I could even care about something as trivial as a graduation ceremony. But I did, and I do. So thank you so much to everyone that had a hand in planning the virtual commencement activities. Your hard work has made this moment of joy and celebration possible. And thank you to the entire staff of SMTD, student workers, custodians, everyone who did the daily work to keep our community safe. Of course, I have to express my immense gratitude to the spectacular faculty members and administrators of SMTD. In my 5 long years here, I have received an excellent education, but more importantly, I have been given the tools to build my foundation as an artist and as a person who explores, innovates, challenges myself and the institutions I am associated with. You have all shown me every step of the way that while growth is not often linear, it is still precious. And thank you to all of the families, chosen and of origin, for your support throughout the years. You are proof that unconditional love persists even when closeness cannot. I'd like to take a moment to honor those who are no longer with us in life. Their love and their pride persist too. Joy and grief will always coexist. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2021. Let's take our moment in the sun because we deserve it. Let's celebrate our accomplishments, all the things that look good on paper. Let's acknowledge our resiliency too, because the playing field is not even close to level for most of us. And we are expected to play the game while simultaneously fixing it, because we best understand the circumstances. And while we reflect on our resilience, let's celebrate softness too, because it is so important to see and love ourselves outside of our productive output. It's not easy, and it's certainly been difficult during the last year. So I hope we will honor every moment that we chose ourselves, took a break, allowed ourselves to feel. As Michigan students, we are very familiar with the phrase, "Those who stay will be champions." But to me, it's not just about staying, especially if staying means forcing yourself to push through and burn out, compromise your well-being and your values. As we enter the next phase of our lives, let's leave that kind of staying behind. Because life is not promised. Nothing is guaranteed. So let's reimagine our industries, our communities, ourselves, and remember that those who rest, those who speak up, those who grieve, those who love will be champions.
Congratulations, class of 2021. I am Willis Patterson, a two-time alumnus and professor emeritus of voice. I also served as Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies and Minority Affairs for 20 years. Throughout my career, I have championed the ideals of diversity and inclusion. I worked to preserve the history of Black musicians by editing 3 critical editions of Black Art Song. And at SMTD, I led efforts to recruit a more diverse student community by mentoring young musicians of color throughout Southeast Michigan and beyond. I am honored to present the Willis Patterson Diversity Award, which is named for me in recognition of this work. It is also a privilege to acknowledge students that share my vision for a more equitable performing arts landscape and are working toward this goal at SMTD. The Willis Patterson Diversity Award is presented to a graduating student who has used his or her talents and scholarly abilities to enhance the development of and appreciation for a more culturally and ethnically diverse community in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. This year's recipient has chosen a member of the faculty to introduce their pre-recorded performance in celebration of this achievement.
Hello, my name is Andrew Jennings. I'm co-chair of the Department of Strings and professor of violin and chamber music here. It's my pleasure to announce that Malhar Kutay has been chosen as the winner of the 2021 Willis Patterson Diversity Award. I couldn't be more pleased or more excited about this award. Since his arrival here, Malhar, who has pursued not just a violin performance degree, but also an advanced engineering degree, has sought out music by his peers, by his colleagues here at the university, and by underrepresented composers throughout our history, and performed them with great enthusiasm and great commitment. So I think he represents the ideals of what we would like to see in a future artist / scientist in our culture. I'd like to congratulate Malhar on winning this award, and I also would like to introduce his performance of Anlap and Tarana by Kala Ramnath.
Hello, class of 2021. I am Mark Clegg, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Academic Affairs. Congratulations to all of you on your outstanding achievements at SMTD. This year, I have the privilege to introduce our final award, the Albert A. Stanley Medal. This award holds a special place in my heart, as I was honored to receive it upon my own graduation from SMTD in 1990. The Albert A. Stanley Medal is the highest honor awarded by the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. It commemorates the long and distinguished service of Albert A. Stanley, who served as the first director of what was then the School of Music from 1888 until 1921. This award is given each year to the graduating senior who, during the past 2 years, has been most outstanding in his or her curriculum, with special consideration given to scholarship and public performance. As with our other award recipients, the Stanley Medal winner has selected a member of SMTD's faculty to introduce their performance.
Hello, my name is Timothy McAllister, professor of saxophone in the Department of Winds and Percussion. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to announce that Salvador Flores, graduating senior in saxophone performance, has been named the Distinguished Albert A. Stanley Medal recipient for 2021. I cannot be more thrilled for Salvador for receiving this distinction, one that places him among an elite group of alumni spanning decades. I myself received the Stanley Medal upon my graduation from the SMTD, and there is no greater feeling than to see a pupil excel and follow in one's footsteps. I first heard Salvador during his teenage years, both at the Interlochen Arts Camp and in Houston, Texas, our mutual home. And I knew then that great things would come for this outstanding young man. He has helped guide his saxophone quartet, the Aero Quartet, through numerous performances and major competition wins. And he himself was one of the youngest first prize winners of the North American Saxophone Alliance Collegiate Classical Solo Competition. His work with emerging BIPOC composers has helped lay the groundwork for a fruitful career ahead, and his citizenship and sense of camaraderie is unparalleled. Congratulations to Salvador on receiving the Albert A. Stanley Medal. I am excited to announce and introduce his performance of Estudio Tongolele by Gabriel Ortiz, accompanied by Daniel Villa on maracas.
Today's commencement speaker, Damien Crutcher, is an SMTD alumnus who received a master's in music in wind conducting in 1996. Damien is a native Detroiter and a graduate of Cass Technical High School, who, as a music educator, conductor, and arts entrepreneur, has had an extraordinary impact on the cultural and civic life in his hometown. Damien is the co-founder and CEO of Crescendo Detroit, a nonprofit whose mission is to transform the lives of school children by engaging them in intense instrumental music, vocal music, and dance programs that promote artistic excellence and character building. After graduating from the University of Michigan, Damien served as director of bands and orchestras at Southfield Lathrop High School. Under his direction, the Southfield Lathrop ensembles, including the Lathrop Symphony Band, performed in San Francisco, Chicago, the Bahamas, at the White House, and Carnegie Hall. Many of his students from Southfield Lathrop are currently professional musicians, music teachers, and performing artists across the country. In addition to his work with Crescendo Detroit, Damien also serves as conductor of the Farmington Community Band, the Detroit Symphony's Civic Youth Concert Band, and the Detroit Community Concert Band. Damien also serves as the managing director of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra's new Detroit Harmony Initiative. Through a collaborative citywide effort, Detroit Harmony provides instruments to every K-12 public, private, and charter school student in the city who wants to learn to play music. Please join me in welcoming Damien Crutcher.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be here today, standing on one of the greatest stages in the world, where generations of great artists have rehearsed and performed. I want to first thank Dean Geer for the invitation, and to his cabinet, and to each faculty and staff member of the SMTD for the invitation. I would also like to take a moment to thank the Office of Engagement and Outreach and the faculty and students who are part of our Crescendo Detroit SMTD Pathways partnership. Thank you for investing so much time and expertise in our kids. And to this great class, the class of 2021 of the SMTD, congratulations on making today happen. I know firsthand the hell it took to get to today. The hours of classes, lessons, days in the practice room, meeting the demands of your professors, juries, rehearsals, performances, overpriced class materials, exams, and countless deadlines. So again, I come to first to congratulate you all and to recognize this great accomplishment. I know we are virtual, but give yourselves a hand and tell yourself, self, I am proud of you. But I also come today to charge you as the leaders and best to, in addition to being great performers, teachers, conductors, researchers, choreographers, composers, and actors, to use your talents and gifts to make a difference in someone else's life. To prioritize people in everything that you do. Let that sink in for a second. To prioritize people in everything that you do. And to ask yourself regularly, is what I'm doing helping someone? Where I'm from, in Detroit, there's a saying, don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. This last year, we have spent countless hours on Zoom and on social media talking about DEI, DEIB, or DEIA, diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and access. But it's time for us to wrap up the meetings and the discussions and start doing something. And your generation is ready and capable of making DEIB and A come to life. I came from the we don't see color generation, which got us nowhere. But your generation sees differences like gender, race, background, and celebrates it because you know there is power in diversity, love, and acceptance. I'm assuming that after 4 to 8 years of college, you may not be loaded with money, but you have something better. You have heart, soul, love, discipline, and unbelievable talent. And those things can change lives and entire communities. Take what you have and go back home or to the neighboring town or anywhere you can find the most vulnerable, and go be a bridge that enables someone to rise above the obstacles they face. So be about it. Get into good trouble. Be more than an ally, be a co-conspirator. Conspire to absolutely make a difference. Link up, get a posse, a crew, a squad, a team together, and as you continue to grow professionally, make an impact. You lead the way. Show us how to make the words diversity, equity, inclusion, access, and belonging real, tangible, and touchable. Show us how to make community engagement actually engage the community. I am thankful for everyone who conspired to make me who I am today. They continue to inspire me every single day of my life. Co-conspirators build bridges for others. My freshman year at Cass Tech, 1982, was awful. I was last chair of trumpets. My grades were unacceptable. I was lost. But my life changed quickly overnight. One evening, I saw an orchestra on stage, and the television camera went behind the French horn section. I went to school the next day, and I told my band director, Mr. Shelby, I want to play that instrument that they put their hand on the bell like this. And of course, he laughed at me, and he said, Mr. Crutcher, that instrument is called a French horn. So he dug out an old French horn, and he gave it to me, and my life changed forever on that day. Some co-conspirators got together and created a lesson program where Detroit kids could study with Detroit Symphony Orchestra musicians for a year. Because of that scholarship, I was able to take private lessons with Brian Kennedy of the DSO. And of course, you know, Brian Kennedy is also a Michigan grad. Donald Senta, who was professor of saxophone here for 40 years, ran the University of Michigan's All-State program at Interlochen. He came to Cass Tech personally, auditioned us, and got some prominent Detroiters to pay our tuition fully. That 2 weeks allowed me to see more possibilities. I knew then that I wanted to be a teacher and a conductor. Later, I joined a church in Detroit that had an orchestra. The director of music, Dr. Constance Price, had a DMA in violin performance from Michigan. The church paid for my second year of private lessons with Brian Kennedy. While at Interlochen, in the All-State program, I met Michigan State University professor of horn, Doug Campbell. He saw my potential, and he recruited me to attend MSU. And during my undergraduate years at MSU, I took conducting lessons from a grad student by the name of Ronnie Wooten. And some years later, H. Robert Reynolds, who was the director of bands here at Michigan for 26 years, saw enough in me to strongly encourage me to come to Michigan to do a master's in wind conducting with him. Co-conspirators. These people made it happen for me. They changed my life. So because someone decided to stop talking about doing something and actually did something, I am who I am today. I have conducted on this stage, Orchestra Hall in Detroit, and at Carnegie Hall because of them. They made a huge impact on my life. There are millions of Damian Crutchers out there that are waiting on you, the leaders and the best, to be about it, to build bridges with them. We are counting on you. I am counting on you. Don't talk about it, be about it. Change lives. Thank you, and again, congratulations to the class of 2021 of the SMTD. Go Blue.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Damien. We now come to the heart of the program where we recognize the degree recipients. This year, we have asked department chairs and studio teachers to share in the celebration by reading the names of their graduates. As the degrees are recited, we welcome you to give a shout out to your graduate in the live comments on YouTube and on social media using hashtag SMTD Celebrates.
I am Professor Mark Clegg, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Academic Affairs. It is my sincere pleasure to congratulate and announce the first ever class of students graduating from the School of Music, Theater, and Dance with degrees Bachelor of Arts in Music and Bachelors of Science in Music. The graduates are Karena Dillon, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Anya Dwogosh, Bachelor of Science in Music; Owen James Doan, Bachelor of Science in Music; Isabel Hosland, Bachelor of Science in Music; Tiffany Lowe, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Brandon J. McLeod, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Parisa Mursaw, Bachelor of Science in Music; Alexander Moss, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Desmond Miles Nicholas, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Kathleen Marie Patrick, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Grant Lamont Prater, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Jeremiah Elias Price, Bachelor of Arts in Music; Peter Andrew Romero, Bachelor of Science in Music; Angela M. Salakata, Bachelor of Science in Music; Diane Georgette Salem, Bachelor of Arts in Music; and Jared Schenk, Bachelor of Arts in Music. Congratulations on your graduation, and go Blue!
Hello, I'm Matt Albert, Assistant Professor of Music and Chair of the Department of Chamber Music, and I'm pleased to announce the degree recipients from the Department of Chamber Music. Blythe Allers, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Violin. Tiani Grace Butts, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Violin. Dakota Cotugno, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Cello. Laura Gamboa, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Violin. Chunyu Lin, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Piano. Xiaoya Liu, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Piano. Ni Luong, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Piano. Muyong Mai, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Piano. Honor Porter, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Percussion. Christine Showalter, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Violin. Donchi Zhang, Master of Music in Chamber Music, Violin. Congratulations to all of this year's graduates.
Hello, my name is Roshan Adazadi. I'm a lecturer in composition, and I'm happy to announce the degree recipients from the Department of Composition. Parnion Davarmonesh, Bachelor of Music in Composition. Leah Mackenzie Logan, Bachelor of Music in Composition. Adrian Wong, Bachelor of Music in Composition. Young Xinye, Bachelor of Music in Composition. Alfredo Cabrera Reyes, Master of Music in Composition. Sawyer Denton, Master of Music in Composition. Dustin Michael Dunn, Master of Arts in Composition. Jeremy Howell, Master of Music in Composition. Akari Komura, Master of Music in Composition. Corey Dundee, Doctor of Musical Arts in Composition. Ari Lewis Sussman, Doctor of Musical Arts in Composition. Mei-Ling Melina Sui, Doctor of Musical Arts in Composition. Congratulations to all recipients.
My name is Michael Haithcock, and I'm Director of University Bands, as well as an Arthur F. Thurnau Professor of Music. I'd like to congratulate all members of the class of 2021, no matter your degree or your artistic pursuit. I'd like to give a special acknowledgement to those who have played for me in symphony band and wish you the very best. Of particular interest is a chance to acknowledge two people who've graduated with conducting degrees from my studio. Nicholas Thomas Brown Bala graduates with a master's in wind and band conducting, and Christine Elise Lundahl graduates with a DMA in the same program. My hat's off to all of you, best wishes, and forever and always, go blue.
I'm Kenneth Kiesler, Professor of Conducting and Director of University Orchestras. I'm proud to announce the recipients of degrees in orchestral conducting. Christopher Gaudreau, Master of Music. Tal Benatar, Doctor of Musical Arts. Regulo Stabilito Garcia, Doctor of Musical Arts. I send a big virtual hug to the three of them. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations. I'm Eugene Rogers, and I'm an Associate Professor of Conducting and the Director of Choral Activities. And it is with great pleasure that I present to you 3 degree recipients from the Department of Conducting whose concentration is in choral music. Julian James Goods, Master of Music in Choral Conducting. Catherine Elizabeth Rohr, Master of Music in Choral Conducting. Joseph Kemper, Doctor of Musical Arts in Choral Conducting. Congratulations again, everyone, and go blue.
I am Christian Matthias Mecca, Professor of Dance and Music and Chair of the Department of Dance at the University of Michigan. The class of 2021 recipients of a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance are Kayla Elizabeth Fiore, Sarah Fox, Katrina Granger, Nicholas Eden Hopkin, Sophia Montalvo, Shannon Nicole Nulf, Katie Jane Pearson, Brendan Daniel Ryan, Alicia Sampson, Emily Ann Van Dynen, Craig White, Courtney Ann Siegelmeyer. The class of 2021 recipients of a Master of Fine Arts in Dance, Melissa Brading. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
My name is Andrew Bishop. I'm an Associate Professor of Music in the Department of Jazz and Contemporary Improvisation, and I am also the chair of the department. This is a truly exceptional class that we have graduating this year, and among it we have future doctors, we have future biomechanics, we have future saxophonists, we have future film composers, and we have even a fiddle player. So it's a real pleasure to be able to get a chance to congratulate the class of 2021. Grant Flick, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Jazz Studies. Ryan Seth Shilkraut, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Jazz Studies. Alon Sullivan, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Jazz Studies. Meg Brennan, Master of Music, Improvisation. Samuel Dunlap, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Jazz, and Contemplative Studies. Adam Kahana, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Jazz Studies. Sean Siegel, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Multidisciplinary Studies, Jazz. Travis Swanson, Master of Music, Improvisation. Ben Joswiak, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Jazz Studies. Joseph Starks, Master of Music, Improvisation. Michael Gerace, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Jazz Studies. Allison Taylor, Master of Music, Improvisation.
Hello everybody, my name is Michael Gould. I'm a professor in the Jazz and Contemporary Improvisation Department, and I want to send out a hearty congratulations to Eliza Salem, who is receiving her Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Jazz Studies. Yeah! Congrats!
My name is Bill Lucas. I'm an assistant professor of music at the SMTD Department of Jazz and Contemporary Improvisation. I am happy to announce the following degree recipients. Allison Brooklyn Thabit, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Jazz Studies, and Addison Harris Tharp, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Jazz Studies. Congratulations to you both.
Hello, my name is Andy Milne. I'm an assistant professor of piano in the Department of Jazz and Contemporary Improvisation. I'm the most recent faculty to join our department, and I have the pleasure and honor to introduce a musician who has distinguished himself as extraordinary from the moment he auditioned at the University of Michigan. Congratulations to Zechariah L. McHarbel, Master in Music and Improvisation. Zechariah, I wish you the best in this next phase of your life. I have utmost confidence that you will continue to challenge yourself and those around you as you progress in your journey. Keep pressing, keep swinging, keep questioning, keep your smile on. Congratulations, Zechariah.
I'm Ed Sareth. I'm professor of jazz and contemporary improvisation, and I'm thrilled to congratulate Taylor Ray Kurzenkowski Jensen as a graduate with the degree Bachelor of Musical Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies with a focus in jazz. It's been wonderful to have you in the program, Taylor, and we know you're going to do amazing things. Go to it.
I'm Kate Fitzpatrick, Associate Professor of Music in the Department of Music Education, and I am exceptionally pleased to announce our 2021 degree recipients for the degree Master of Music in Music Education. Andrew Bone, Master of Music in Music Education. Candice Heather Chappelle, Master of Music in Music Education. Rachel Ariana Christmas, Master of Music in Music Education. Cody Greenwell, Master of Music in Music Education. Joseph Lewin Ziegler, Master of Music in Music Education. Joseph Matthew Richards, Master of Music in Music Education. Allison Hendricks Roberts, Master of Music in Music Education. Tiffany Deidre Waldron, Master of Music in Music Education. Matthew Van Ham, Master of Music in Music Education. Congratulations to all of our remarkable graduates. We wish you only the best as you continue your journey as leaders in the field of music education.
My name is Michael Hopkins. I am the chair of the Department of Music Education, and I am pleased to announce the names of this year's graduating seniors. Nathaniel Farrar, Bachelor of Music in Instrumental Music Education. Regis Haynes, Bachelor of Music in Choral Music Education. Benjamin Joswiak, Bachelor of Music in Instrumental Music Education. Daniel Iomide Kumapai, Bachelor of Music in Instrumental Music Education. Eric Schroeder, Bachelor of Music in Instrumental Music Education. Jonathan Thomas, Bachelor of Music in Instrumental Music Education. Jack Williams III, Bachelor of Music in Choral Music Education. Rebecca Ann Williamson, Bachelor of Music in Instrumental Music Education. I would like to thank all of you for your flexibility, your ingenuity, your creativity, and your excellence in your student teaching experience this year. You kept music alive in the experiences of students during the pandemic, and we commend you for your outstanding efforts and your tremendous resilience in the face of adversity. Be well and stay in touch as you go forth and you go out into the world and begin your professional careers. Congratulations to all of you.
I am Vince Cardinal, Chairman of the Department of Musical Theater. I am honored to present the degree recipients from the Department of Musical Theater. Lee Alexander, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Luke Foster Bovey, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Tani Allen Brandt, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Chloe Castro Santos, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Madeline Eaton, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Noah Eisenberg, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Samuel Faulkner, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Caroline Glazier, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Olivia Hardy, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Layla Shea Hodgins, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Erica Leilani Ito, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Cholatan Jessup, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. John Michael Mastriani, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Sierra Madison McBride, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Neil McCaffrey, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Alana Nicole Pollard, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Conrad David Sager, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Matthew Clark Sanguin, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Michaela Nina Cicada, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Owen Claire Smith, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Cole Tyler Thompson, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Kaylee Mae Wallace, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Musical Theater. Congratulations.
My name is Christiane Castro, and I am the Chair of the Department of Musicology. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce you today to our graduates. Lisa De Centeseo, Doctor of Philosophy in Musicology with a specialization in ethnomusicology. Lena Leeson, Doctor of Philosophy in Musicology with a specialization in historical musicology. Congratulations to all of this year's graduates.
I'm James Kibbe, Chair of the Organ Department. It's my honor to present our 2021 graduates. Allison Rachel Barone, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Organ. Samuel Wesley Ronning, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies, organ. Timothy Costigan, Master of Music in Sacred Music. Christine El-Haj, Master of Music in Sacred Music. Sarah Simcoe, Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance, organ. Hyojin Moon, Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance, Sacred Music. Congratulations and go blue!
I am Anil Chamje, Assistant Professor of Performing Arts Technology, and I am pleased to announce the following degree recipients. Nicholas Mark Freilich, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts Technology, Multidisciplinary Concentration. Max Levy, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts Technology, Multidisciplinary Concentration. Christopher Walker, Master of Arts in Media Arts. Congratulations on your degrees.
I'm Jason Corey, Associate Professor in the Department of Performing Arts Technology. I'm pleased to announce 2 of the degree recipients in Performing Arts Technology. Benjamin Francis Bayless, Bachelor of Science in Sound Engineering. Youssef Ibrahim Al-Megharbel, Bachelor of Music in Performing Arts Technology. Congratulations to all of this year's graduates.
I'm John Granzo, Assistant Professor of Music and Performing Arts Technology. I am very pleased to announce the degree recipient Nicholas Warren with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts Technology, Multidisciplinary Studies.
Hello, I'm Andy Kirshner. I'm the Chair of the Department of Performing Arts Technology. I'm an Associate Professor of Performing Arts Technology in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, and I'm an Associate Professor of Art and Design in the Stamp School of Art and Design. And I'm very pleased to announce the degree recipients for the Department of Performing Arts Technology. Gibson Cole Gillette Behrens for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts Technology, Visual Arts Concentration.
Hi, my name is Sheila O'Moran, and I'm a professor in Performing Arts Technology. And today I want to congratulate Noah Safian, who's receiving his Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts Technology, Multidisciplinary Studies. Good job, Noah.
Hello, this is Stephen Rush from the Performing Arts and Technology Department. I'm the director of the Digital Music Ensemble, and I want to especially congratulate Jaime Morel for her completion of the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts Technology, Media Arts Visual Concentration, as well as Emily Yang, who has completed her Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts and Technology, the Multidisciplinary Concentration. Congratulations to both of you, and go blue.
Hi, I'm Eric Santos, Associate Professor of Music Composition and Music Technology. I'm thrilled to announce the following recipient of the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts and Technology, Multidisciplinary Concentration, Heather Duff. Congratulations, Heather.
Hello, I'm Martin Katz. I am the proud chair of the collaborative piano program here at the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. And I'm here to congratulate 4 pianists from my studio who will be finishing their degrees. First is Tsu Kwang Tan, who has achieved his master's degree. Tsu, congratulations. And I look forward to your next degree. And there are 3 pianists who have attained the doctorate from my studio, and they are in alphabetical order. John Etzel, congratulations, John. I've loved working with you these 3 years. Taylor Hall Flowers. Taylor, I'm so proud of you. Congrats. And Chao Gao. Chao, you made it. Congratulations. I would remind all of you that the word commencement means beginning, not ending. So get out there and begin. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Joseph Gasho. I'm Associate Professor of Harpsichord and Historical Performance. I'm pleased to announce the graduation of Soyeon Choi, Master of Music in Harpsichord. Congrats and best wishes.
My name is John Ellis, Associate Professor of Piano and Director of Graduate Studies in Piano Pedagogy. I'm pleased to announce the degree recipients in piano pedagogy and performance. Jasmine Lucia Wong, Master of Music in Piano Pedagogy and Performance. Melissa Coppola, Doctor of Musical Arts in Piano Pedagogy and Performance. Congratulations to these degree recipients and to all of this year's graduates.
Hello, I am Amy Yiling Chang, Lecturer of Piano and Piano Chamber Music. I would like to congratulate my student, Alan Siror, for graduating with Bachelor of Musical Arts in Piano Performance and Philosophy. Alan, congratulations on your outstanding work and best wishes for the future.
Hi, I'm Arthur Green, Professor of Piano. I'm honored to announce the graduation of 4 students from my studio: Christopher Tang, Bachelor of Music and Performance; Selena Yu, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance; Mutong Mai, Master of Music and Performance; and Zixiang Wang, Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance. Congratulations to you all.
My name is Christopher Harding, and I am Chair of Piano and also Professor of Piano Performance and Chamber Music. It's my great privilege and honor to congratulate my students who are graduating in 2021, starting with Samantha Gao, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Musical Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies and a concentration in piano. And Iris Kwok, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Music in Piano Performance. And Ni Luong, who is graduating with a Master of Music in Piano Performance. And finally, Xiaoya Liu, who is graduating with a Doctor of Musical Arts in Piano Performance. Congratulations to you all. I'm very proud of you and I will miss you very much. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Logan Skelton, Professor of Piano and Director of Doctoral Studies in Piano Performance. I'm pleased to announce the following degree recipients from my own piano studio. Yoko Nagafuchi, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Piano Performance. Sheena Hui, Master of Music in Piano Performance. Lyndon Ji, Master of Music in Piano Performance. Chun Yu Lin, Master of Music in Piano Performance. Sarah Mian Kim, Doctor of Musical Arts in Piano Performance. Shiting Yang, Doctor of Musical Arts in Piano Performance. Congratulations to all of these wonderful students.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Aaron, Professor of Cello at the University of Michigan. I have 5 wonderful cellists graduating. Michael Berg, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Cello. Nathaniel James Blowers, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Cello. Hyun John, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Cello. Brendan Alexander Tarm, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Cello. And Dakota Coutinho, Master of Music in Performance, Cello. I wish you all a wonderful graduation, and I've enjoyed immensely working with all of you. I wish you the best, and I look forward to seeing you all soon after your graduation.
I'm Danielle Belen, Associate Professor of Violin in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, and I am delighted and honored to present to you today this year's degree recipients in violin from the Department of Strings. Aidan Ip, Bachelor of Music in Performance, violin. Hannah O'Brien, Bachelor of Music in Performance, violin. Danielle Teresa Gooden, Master of Music in Performance, violin. Christine Showalter, Master of Music in Performance, violin. Tiffany Christine Wilkins, Master of Music in Performance, violin. and Danshi Zhang, Master of Music in Performance, violin. Congratulations to all of you on your tremendous accomplishments.
My name is Aaron Borowski, Professor of Violin, and I'm very pleased to announce the following graduating violinists. Blythe Allers, Master of Music in Performance. Olivia Faye Taylor, Master of Music in Performance. Kisa Uradomo, Master of Music in Performance. And Laura Gamboa, Specialist in Music. Congratulations to you all.
My name is Caroline Code, and I'm an assistant professor of viola at the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. And today it is a great honor and privilege to introduce you to this year's degree recipients. Jean Hota, Bachelor of Music in Performance, viola. Maxwell Justin Moore, Bachelor of Music in Performance, viola. And Stuart Ross Carlson, Master of Music in Performance, viola. Congratulations to each of you on your incredible accomplishments. Best wishes in the future.
Hello, my name is Andrew Jennings. I'm co-chair of the string department, and it's my pleasure to congratulate 3 members of the graduating class in bass this year. They are Brandon Vaughn, Bachelor of Music in Performance, double bass. Jared Bowles, Master of Music in Performance, double bass. And Kurt Melandy, Specialist in Music in Performance, double bass. My pleasure to give you great congratulations from the whole string department.
My name is Amir Eldan, Professor of Cello, and I'm very proud to announce the following students upon completion of their Bachelor's in Music Performance in Cello. Abigail Rogers and Gabrielle Taylor Johnson Hooper. Congratulations.
Hello, this is David Halen, Professor of Violin at the University of Michigan and co-chair of the string department. I would like to read the names of the graduates from my class in 2021. Joseph Kim, Bachelor of Music and Performance, violin. Matthew Ryan Lamb, Bachelor of Music Performance, violin. Yeju Esther Lee, Bachelor of Performance, violin. Mei Tang, Bachelor of Music Performance, violin. Tiani Grace Butts, Master of Music and Performance, violin. Maureen Osawa, Master of Music and Performance, violin. Allison Taylor, Master of Music and Performance, violin. Ariana Dotto, Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance, violin. Congratulations.
I'm Joan Rayburn Holland, Associate Professor of Harp for the School of Music, Theater, and Dance of the University of Michigan. It is my complete honor to present the names of the 2 graduates from the SMTD Harp Studio. I congratulate Cecilia Ann Hyros, who has completed her Bachelor's of Music degree in Harp Performance, and Hannah Stater, who has completed her Master's of Music degree in Harp Performance. I wish you the best.
Hi, I'm Andrew Jennings, Professor of Violin and Chamber Music and co-chair of the string department. And it gives me great pleasure to congratulate Malhar Kute on the completion of his Bachelor of Music in Violin.
I'm Itzhak Schoten, Professor of Viola, and I'm pleased to announce recipients of degrees from my class. Benjamin Penzner, Bachelor of Music. Wenlong Huang, Specialist degree.
Hi, I'm Daniel Cantor. I'm an Associate Professor of Acting and Directing in the Department of Theater and Drama and head of the BFA Performance Program. I'm pleased to announce this year's degree recipients from the Department of Theater and Drama BFA Performance Program with a concentration in acting. Jose Miguel Aviles Elrod, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Leila Beydoun, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Alexandra Chaley Trinidad Sharforos, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Nathaniel Barrett Correll, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Nicholas Yves Louis Dongla, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Anna Christine DeMarinis, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Elizabeth Deuce, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Shay Fairbanks Galladay, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Ethan Jack Haberfield, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Stephen Michael Jean, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Adam Alexis Ortega, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. William David Pratt, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Ben Rodenmeyer, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Javier Soriano, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Emma Steiner, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Lavana Wang, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. Kieran Westfall, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance, Acting. I want to congratulate all of this year's graduates. We're so proud of you, and go Blue.
Hello, my name is Dr. Amy Hughes, Associate Professor and Head of Theater Studies in the Department of Theater and Drama. It is my distinct honor and privilege to announce this year's graduates of the Bachelor of Theater Arts program. Christy K. Carson, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Carly Jade Cooper, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Alex Lila Kerno, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Emily Samantha Ehrlich, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Dylan Allen Janau, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Stephanie Ariel Goralnik, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Cameron Elizabeth Iggins, Bachelor of Theater Arts, Performing Arts Management concentration. Michelle Palm Martin, Bachelor of Theater Arts, Performing Arts Management concentration. Caitlin Kane McCoy, Bachelor of Theater Arts, Performing Arts Management concentration. Sierra Miliziano, Bachelor of Theater Arts, Performing Arts Management concentration. Alexandra Monfalcon, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Ryan J. Moore, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Samuel Morse, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Efe Osagi, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Maya Marissa Weinbergs, Bachelor of Theater Arts, Performing Arts Management concentration. Alexandra Wolfthal, Bachelor of Theater Arts. Congratulations, class of 2021. I love you.
Hello, I'm Christy Ann Myers, and I am the Area Head for Design and Production in the Department of Theater and Drama. I am pleased to announce the undergraduate degree recipients in Design and Production. Marty Flake, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Grace Ethel Linsner, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Persida Masanek, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Emily Ann Marvar, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Justin Muse, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Henry Peterson, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Nathan Piersdorf, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Brianna Jasmine Reed, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Angela Salazar, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Sam Schoenfeld, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Catherine Schrader, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production. Evan Mark Strashinsky, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Design and Production.
I'm Malcolm Tulip, Assistant Professor and Head of Directing, and I'm pleased to announce the degree recipients from the Department of Theatre and Drama's Directing Program. Kelly M. Beck, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatre Performance, Directing. Zoha Barwani, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatre Performance, Directing. Magdalene Jeanette Milo Miller, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatre Performance, Directing. Skylar Stars Seiben, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatre Performance, Directing. Congratulations to these four upon their graduation.
Hello, my name is Holly Hughes, and I'm a professor in the Penny W. Stamp School of Art and Design, and I'm also director of the BFA in Inner Arts Performance. And it is my great pleasure to congratulate our three outstanding graduates of the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Inner Arts Performance. They are Allie Burns, David Allen Forsey, and Rhett Juan Shepard. Congratulations to everyone.
I'm Caroline Helton, Associate Professor of Music in the Departments of Voice and Musical Theater. I'd like to wish my heartfelt congratulations to the following graduates, of whom I am so very proud. Taylor Mackenzie Adams, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Voice. Mackenzie Grace Granada, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. Haley Sarah Cohen, Master of Music in Performance, Voice. Keep singing from your hearts, ladies. The world needs to hear your beautiful voices. Congratulations, and go blue.
I'm Frida Herseth, Arthur F. Thurnow Professor of Voice. It is my great honor and joy to celebrate the following graduates. Anna Sather Hart, Master of Music and Performance, Voice. Elise Marie Eden, Doctor of Musical Arts and Performance, Voice. Your beautiful talents, creativity, and humanity are exactly what this world needs. Thank you for the privilege of knowing you and teaching you. And to all the graduates of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, congratulations.
Hello, I am Professor Stephen Lussman, and I would like to extend hearty and well-deserved congratulations to Dr. Jennifer Cresswell, who has earned the degree Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. I am very proud of your extraordinary accomplishments, Jenny, and wish you the very best in your exciting next chapter.
I'm Stanford Olson, Professor of Voice at the University of Michigan School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Pleased to announce 3 graduates in the class of 2021. Catherine Alexis Moss, Bachelor of Music Performance, Voice. Desiree Nelson, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. Adina Michelle Triolo, Bachelor of Musical Arts, Performance, Voice. Congratulations to these three graduates.
My name is Scott Piper. I'm an Associate Professor of Music, the Norma L. Heide Faculty Development Professor, and Chair of the Department of Voice. It is my honor, it is my privilege to announce the names of the following two graduates. Caitlin Fuller, Bachelor of Music and Performance, Voice. Alexandra Zeski, Bachelor of Music and Performance, Voice. I am so excited for both of you to have reached this achievement, and I know that you will each make a beautiful impact on our world.
My name is George Shirley. I'm the Joseph Edgar Mattey Distinguished University Emeritus Professor of Music, Voice. It gives me great pleasure to announce the following degree recipients from the Department of Voice. Sarah Jane Giuliano, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. Cameron Barrett Johnson, Master of Music in Performance, Voice. I extend my heartiest congratulations to all degree recipients from the School of Music, Theater, and Dance and from this university.
Good afternoon. My name is Louise Toppin, and I am a professor of music in voice. This afternoon, I have 5 students graduating from my studio. They are Adeline Geenan, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Music in Performance, Sophia Wagner, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Musical Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies, Eliana Maitzing Barwinski, who is graduating with a Master of Music in Performance, Amber Merritt, who is graduating with a Master of Music in Performance, and Joanna Rushi, who is graduating with a Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance. My sincerest congratulations to all of them, as well as to all of the SMTD students on their accomplishments throughout these years that they've been at SMTD, and good luck to you in your future. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Daniel Washington. I'm a professor of music in the Department of Voice. There are 3 students graduating from my voice studio this year. They are Maitri Alegria White, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Voice. Cameron Eugene Gray, Specialist of Music in Performance, Voice. And Hoitziman Onika Lahopie, Specialist of Music in Performance, Voice. I give them all my hearty congratulations for their accomplishments.
I'm Stephen West, Professor of Music in Voice. It gives me great pleasure to introduce 4 seniors graduating from the West Studio. Diego Roberts Buceta, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Voice. Amber Galvano, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. Cristina Holder Rodriguez, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. And Joshua Shords, Bachelor of Musical Arts in Performance, Voice. Congratulations, one and all.
Hello, I'm Chad Burrow, Associate Professor of Clarinet at the University of Michigan.
And I'm Dan Gilbert, also Associate Professor of Clarinet. And it's our great pleasure to introduce the graduating class from the Clarinet Studio at the University of Michigan.
Nathaniel Farrar, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Music Education.
Asher Harris, Bachelor of Music.
Michelle Yi-Yun Ho, Bachelor of Music.
Rebecca Ann Williamson, Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Music Education.
James Everett Rutledge, Master of Music.
Sahand Sultani Nobakht, Master of Music.
Ziqing Su, Master of Music.
And Alicia Willinger, Doctor of Musical Arts.
Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Go Blue!
Hello, I'm David Jackson, Professor of Trombone at the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. I'm honored to present this year's degree recipients in trombone from the Department of Winds and Percussion. Justin David Stobart, Bachelor of Music and Performance, Trombone. Rafael Augusto Marquez, Master of Music and Performance, Trombone. Christopher Frederick Hernacki, Doctor of Musical Arts and Performance, Trombone. Congratulations.
I am Nancy Ambrose King, Professor of Oboe. It is my great pleasure to announce the degree recipients from the Oboe Studio at the University of Michigan. Ryan Hirakawa, Bachelor of Music and Performance, Oboe. Megan Voitella, Bachelor of Music and Performance, Oboe. Nathaniel Wolf, Bachelor of Music and Performance, Oboe. Reed Cawley, Master of Music and Performance, Oboe. Cassandra Goodwin, Master of Music and Performance, Oboe. Fiona Slaughter, Master of Music and Performance, Oboe. Congratulations and go Blue.
Hello, I'm Jeffrey Lyman, Professor of Bassoon, and I'm pleased to introduce the 2021 graduates in bassoon. Yusuf Ibrahim El-Mekharba, Bachelor of Music and Performance, bassoon. Ryan Elliott Goodwin, Bachelor of Music and Performance, bassoon. Maya Grossman, Bachelor of Music and Performance, bassoon. Aislinn Gale Bailey, Master of Music and Performance, bassoon. Congratulations, everyone.
My name is Dr. Timothy McAllister, Professor of Saxophone in the Department of Winds and Percussion. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to announce the degree recipients in the saxophone studio within the WPID for 2021. Salvador Flores, Bachelor of Music in Performance, saxophone. Alex Gerchinoff, Bachelor of Music in Performance, saxophone. Brian Catcher, Bachelor of Music in Performance, saxophone. And Alex King, Bachelor of Music in Performance, saxophone. Andrew Hasher, Master of Music in Performance, saxophone. Jeremy Howell, Master of Music in Performance, saxophone. And Walt Prier, Master of Music in Performance, saxophone. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all.
I'm Doug Perkins, Associate Professor of Music and Director of Percussion. It is my honor to announce this year's degree recipients from the Percussion Studio. Tyler Burns, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Percussion. Andrew Files, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Percussion. Peter Nichols, Master of Music in Performance, Percussion. Hunter Porter, Master of Music in Performance, Percussion. Daniel Vila, Master of Music in Performance, Percussion. On behalf of myself and the entire percussion faculty, it is my honor to congratulate all of this year's recipients.
Congratulations and happy graduation to the flute students graduating in 2021 from the University of Michigan Flute Studio. Jordan Smith, specialist in flute performance. Jordan disseminated and organized the John Wammer Library that we had inherited. Congratulations, Esther Kim from Michigan and Danielle Kim from Virginia. Congratulations, master's student Allie Detmer from Virginia. It's been my absolute pleasure to teach all four of you, and you made the best out of the worst situation in your final year of school. For that, I am very grateful and proud. Go Blue Flutes!
I'm Bob Sullivan, Lecturer of Trumpet. It's my pleasure to announce the graduates of the Trumpet Studio. Grace Gilpatrick, Bachelor of Music in Trumpet Performance. Andrew Gilliam, Bachelor of Music in Trumpet Performance. Congratulations to both of them.
This is Adam Unsworth. I'm pleased to announce the class of 2021 Michigan Horns. Bachelor of Music in Performance. Gretchen Elizabeth Bonema, Nicholas Gray Kneiper, Arun Rajesh Mangrulkar, Ryan Joseph McGee, Natalie Marie Myers. Bachelor of Music in Horn Performance and Music Education, Jonathan Thomas. Masters of Music in Horn Performance, Leah Humphreys and Isabella Kolasitsky. It's been great having you here, and we're excited to see what's in your future.
Hello there, my name is Dave Zirkel, and I'm the professor of tuba and euphonium, and it's my pleasure to introduce this year's candidates for graduation. Christopher Hall, Bachelor of Music in Performance, tuba. David Franklin Burnett, Master of Music in Performance, tuba. Kenneth Heinlein, Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance, tuba. And James Arthur Long, Doctor of Musical Arts in Performance, tuba. Congratulations to this year's graduates, and go blue.
I am pleased to recognize you as candidates for the degrees named. These degrees will be conferred by the Board of Regents upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Now, to the new graduates, congratulations. You are officially alumni of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. You came to Michigan to pursue your dreams. During your time here, you faced artistic, scholarly, and personal challenges, explored your unique gifts and found your voice, formed lifelong friendships, and transformed both yourselves and those around you. You will always be part of the SMTD family. Please stay connected. We can't wait to see all of the amazing things that you will do in the coming years. I offer you my heartiest congratulations and best wishes, and as always, go blue!